Hello and welcome to Inside Nemo's Brain. No, it is so good to be able to just come back out here and connect and say hello. It's been a while since I did my last Facebook Live or any live for that matter. I was sitting here on the couch, just getting ready to get some work done and get some of my thoughts out there. And I realized that one of the best things I can do is to just share it with you all. Why? Because quite frankly, I've been hiding. There it is. Said it. It's out there. But no, realistically, over the last, a couple weeks ago, I came out here and shared with you all that, I really want to be focusing on joy. When it comes to enjoyment, when it comes to different things, I want to go ahead and focus on joy. And, I had a Facebook Live, real moment where it just all took place right then and there. I was like, it's all about the joy. And then I freaked out because I was like, wait a minute, what does that actually mean? What does it actually mean to be all about the joy? What does it mean to not be rooted in something as concrete as career changing into tech? How does that actually work? Really, here it is. So the game I'm playing right now, just putting it all out there because once it's out there on Facebook, once it's out there in the world, I can't take it back. And, there it is, right? I can now move forward, right? So the real thing that was going on through my mind is what is everyone going to be thinking if Nemo goes off to Singapore and then comes in and says things like, I want to pursue joy and I want people to explore different possibilities in their lives. And career changing is one aspect of it. Getting into tech is a great aspect of it, but there's so much more to it. There's so much, it's so much larger than that. And quite frankly, I feel like I have the opportunity right now to really do something about it. And that idea terrifies me. Not the doing something major about it. The thing that terrifies me is really, I'll just say it. Harder to say it than I thought. It was I'm going to come on here and I'm just going to put it out there. The thing that terrifies me is not being taken seriously. That's really what it is, right? Because at my core, in what I believe right now, I'm putting out my worldview, the way that I see the world, the way that I like to see the world. And you're going to see some videos coming up about this here, just based on some things that I've been doing where I just start just getting it out of my head and putting it out there. So I'll be putting out those videos, maybe live, maybe recorded. But at the end of the day, I really feel very strongly that, there's a couple different things. The first one is the power of being yourself. And on that same edge there, just how scary it is to be scary. It's ridiculously scary to just be yourself. And I think, that aspect there is something that I truly, truly believe. And I was just listening to, a video and someone said I want people to feel good. And, someone else on there asked them a great question. He said, why? What is the outcome? What does that mean? And I started asking myself that question about why do I want people to be more of themselves or be more you? And it really comes down to the fact that I found that when you are yourself, when you are just allowing yourself to just be you, everything else just ends up being easier. It's a weight is lifted. It's an openness is shared. People see you and they're like, I don't know what is going on with this person over here, but I like it. And I want to go more into that. Or the work that you do just becomes easier to do because for you, you're not struggling. It's a thing that that really resonates with you. And I'll be sharing this all over, but, I have this picture in my mind about, musical chairs. It's this game of musical chairs that I feel that happens out in the world. And generally speaking, this is literally what I thought before I ended up leaving, the actuarial world to go into, learning and development. But I was sitting there one day and I just pictured this game of musical chairs. And in this game of musical chairs, there was the music was going on and then the music ended and I ran to a seat. And I looked across and there was someone else that was sitting in the seat that I wanted, right? And they were looking at me and they're like, oh, I wish I had his seat there. And to make this more concrete, the seat that I was sitting in was in an actuarial role in, a Big Four, consulting company. and that other person was sitting in a learning and development role in a tech company. And we're both just sitting there wishing like, if only I could be in that seat, you know? And what occurred to me was I was like, how awesome would it be if we just got up and just like calmly walked over without having to worry about the music being on or off and just sat in the seat that we were made for. Sat in the seat that really, really called to us. And that's what honestly was like the mental image that I had when I ended up switching my careers in the first place. And now that I'm here with Enjoyment, now that we're out here, I have this really wonderful opportunity to create a business and to create a life that's like really like what I want to do. And then with that, though, with great power comes great responsibility. And I think that the responsibility on my part is like, so what is it then? And really finding out how to really pursue that. So y'all saw a bit of that when I came out and I said, it's all about the joy. And I still really believe that. But there was another thing in there from putting it all out there. Yes, there was the fear of like, what is everyone going to be thinking? Because it's just less concrete. Like, can Nemo really be the joy guy? I'm now very comfortable being like, I'm happy being the Brene Brown of joy and possibility. I'll get to that in a second. But like that aspect there of just being out there and saying like, this is me. Like, I just happen to really enjoy this kind of stuff. I love having deep conversations with people. I think that people are amazing. And I think that, one of the biggest issues that's happening in the US and in the world, comes down to safety, comes down to an aspect of, people not feeling comfortable being able to provide for their families or to, have the lifestyle that they want. And that safety has been shaken. And like, I look at Enjoyment as an opportunity to empower the joy and to give people a chance to, reclaim that safety, by finding a job that works for them, and not just works for them, but like that really fulfills them. Finding something that utilizes their best skills and what really makes them happy, so that they can go off and do great things for others, be great examples for their community and their families, and to just really feel peace with themselves. And what that to me translates as is like moving away from this aspect of having to blame others for like things that we don't have in our lives. And I'll speak specifically to some things that I am seeing in the US right now. And this is like based on being out here in Singapore, but like I think that I'm not too far off on the mark here, which is like, economic opportunities and different things that are going on in life being blamed on different ethnic groups for the reason behind that. If it wasn't for this here, I would have that. And in my mind, I'm like, that's BS. And that's what I'm thinking. So this is Nemo just putting it all out there. And instead, what's coming to mind is like, all right, well, if you really felt that like you were secure and you were comfortable, you just wouldn't care. You would just go on doing your own thing. And none of that would bother you. And, so from my standpoint here, it's like, I really feel like it's important to, put that out there and look at this idea of economic disempowerment and see like what I can do and to help bridge that there. But to do that, I have to be authentic to myself, right? So I said it's all about the joy. The thing that got me, the second thing that shook me was the first was like the external perceptions. And then I had like this internal conversation where I was like, joy, okay, what is that? And quite frankly, my biggest fear was that like people would come in and be like, oh yeah, I want joy. I want more joy in my life. And we would get there and we would be successful with what they had set out for themselves. And then they would realize like, well, this is not exactly what I was looking for. I want even more. And just basically continue chasing on something that would never really get them to a place of true happiness, true joy, because there was always that next thing. And so that's something that like really, that's a big part of what the last few weeks have been focused on for me, to figure out like, what is it? When I say joy, what do I actually mean? Because to me, joy is the destination, but like, it's not something where you can just walk out and say, I am feeling more joyous. I see the stars in the sky. And I could keep going. I haven't sang like this in a while, so I'm having a little bit of fun with it. But like, what's the path to it? And for me, that path has come down to three things: possibility, authenticity, and inclusion. And I was reading the book, I think it's Brave in the Wilderness by Brene Brown. And she talks about a Maya Angelou quote that came up. And that quote deals and talks about, I don't know the quote off the top of my head, but the gist of the quote was that like, hey, to really belong, as long as I'm fully accepting of myself and I'm fully like choosing to be all of myself there, then there's no place that I will not belong. And I think like that's where it really comes down to me, that aspect of the possibility, authenticity, really being yourself, and then inclusion. Well, that if that's the case, if people are in jobs where they feel fulfilled, if they are being true to themselves, then there's always a place that they'll belong. And it was also really interesting is that like others will come to them for it, you know. And you know, at least that's what I'm hoping now. I truly do believe that. And it's part of the reason why I think I can just come out here and just put all this out there. Cause I'm like, this might not be everyone's cup of tea, and that's all right. I'm okay because like for a lot of people, this will resonate. And if not, they're just going to continue living their life and we're still good. So I wanted to put that out there. I'm tired, like not tired, but like it's been really good spending some time just kind of like reflecting and getting clear on it. And I'm very excited for these next stages here. You're not going to see me walk away from any of the career changing and the tech. That's definitely still going to be there. But now it's like it's with a bigger purpose. It's with helping people be able to find that level of just connection to what they really want to be doing. It's actually, if you know me, I ask people, and typically the first time I meet them, I'll ask them this question. Well, it's actually a statement framed as a question. Do you want to play? Okay, great. Life, love, work, passion, go. And the fun thing about that there is that it's just me just trying to cut through the surface. I have really good friends back in New York, and remember I was at one of our friends' party, and we were all talking, and they're like, "Oh, so how's work?" And they're like, "Work is great, and like this thing's happening now," and so on and so forth. And I realized in the middle of that conversation, I'm like, I've known you for 5-6 years, and I have literally no clue what you do. I have literally no idea. Like, I'm glad to know that it's good, but I just don't know even what you do. Like, so what's the point? And that's when I started asking that question there. And what was interesting to me was everyone's responses to that, and also just how many people got caught up on the passion portion. Right? They can talk about the other parts, and when I asked them when it came to passion, there was something stuck. And now that I've done these interviews with enjoyment, and I talk to people and I ask them questions about how they found enjoyment through employment, like one of the big things that they put out there for people who are, in terms of like their suggestions for someone that is also looking to experience enjoyment through employment, they say, understand what you want at your core. Understand what lights you up. Understand, like, take the time to figure out what will make you happy, and then just go for it. And then I have the lucky privilege of talking to people who are interested in moving their career forward or pursuing something different or taking on a major challenge, or are very happy in their career, but they're like, I'm going to make a major impact while working in where, like, how can I do that? And it comes down to those same questions around like, well, all right, so what are you passionate about? I don't know. And so sorry, y'all are seeing. So I like to think while I'm talking, but it makes me, it saddens me that there, because the second part of it is like, I'm not sure how to find out, and I feel like there's a lot of pressure to know, right? And I feel like that pressure comes through. I'm not actually trying to add to that pressure. I'm just trying to put out there from my perspective how I've seen it, and it saddens me. So it's part of the reason why now I want to focus on possibility as that pathway to joy. And the idea there being that like people creating the space for people to really explore what it is that would bring them joy. And then also be able to create a roadmap or have a compass as to like, are they heading towards it? I actually just heard that today, and I think like that's probably more where I play. Like a roadmap to me is like a step by step process of like how to get from one place to the next. I've never been great at step by step. I don't cook. I don't follow recipes. I get an IKEA chair and I just like put it together, you know. But what I do have is a compass that like an intention, and I move forward with that. And like just being comfortable to even just say that out loud, like I don't have a step-by-step roadmap. If you're looking for that, I'm probably not the person that can really help you. However, I can break things down for you, and I can help you develop your own compass. And that compass will almost always point true north when you're deciding to be yourself. The other things that help me know, like my true north of my compass, is when I am terrified or when I am scared. And I can say terrified and scared, and look at this, I'm still smiling. And because like, you know, because I know that's the path for me. Like it's fun. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to do this, so I should probably do this. I don't want to tell you that I've been hiding, so I should probably tell you that I've been hiding, and go on from there. And so like these are the areas that I just want to make sure that as I continue on here, as you see me out here, both like in life, with business, in family, like I have these conversations and I try and create the space. Brandon Atkinson was the one who said it to me right before I left my last role, and he's like, Nemo, you create the space for people to safely explore themselves. And it was interesting. It was interesting because I felt like he saw me. And actually, to tell you the truth, I've been very, very blessed to have the people in my life that were at Nexus, because they left me with a gift. And the gift was in a video form. But it was more than just the video. It was an opportunity to see myself as others saw me. And I'm actually getting kind of emotional on about this here. You know what? I think it's okay that I'm getting emotional. I would be upset if I wasn't. But they gave me that gift to see myself as others saw me. They gave me the gift to see myself so I can be more of myself. And I've actually gone back and watched that video several times to not only feel a connection with each of them, being out here, but also just be able to take some time and say, like, Nemo, all the things that you do out there, right? There's so many different things you can do. This is what sticks out to others. You could have this role, or someone else could have this role, and it doesn't make a difference, because like the outcomes might still be the same, but how they accomplish those outcomes are completely unique to that individual, right? And it's just like, it was just really cool to like hear, like, hey, given all the different things that are out there, this is what's really important to me about who you are and how you show up. And right now, that's really what I'm focused on. I want to give more people that opportunity to see themselves as they truly are, and to take that power and do the fun things that they can with it. Now, that being said, it leaves me feeling a little odd to go out and say, what do you do? Oh, I'm a possibility coach. So what? Say what? Scritch. Sorry, I think it's scritch. Something like that. And to put all that out there, so I figured I'll start out with you, and I will let you know, and I will move from there. What's happening now is that I'm in alignment with myself. I feel like this is like, I feel like it's a Reed debutante ball, and I'm dancing with myself here. But I'm in alignment there, and you're going to see me reaching out and trying to connect with you and seeing how I can help you explore different possibilities. Or if you know someone that's feeling stuck or dissatisfied with where they are, or knows that like there's something more for them, but they don't know how to get there or don't know what it is, like that's where I play. That's what fills me with joy. That, and seeing them actually like bring it into life. Like there's just fewer things that just like make me happier than just seeing people like realize that it's possible for them and do it. And I think part of the reason for this here is part of my own story here, where my life, I was going to be a trombone player at the College of New Jersey, and there was the Big Red Book that came out, and apparently, like, Cornell had sent me a book there. My parents said, "Hey, you have to fill this application out." I had literally no idea. I had never heard of the college, and all of a sudden, this book lands on our dining room table, and like, now there's a new possibility for me. It's been all these different things in my life that has really gotten to the place of saying, like, wait a minute, I didn't even know that was possible. Other people did. I completely missed the internship process my junior year. Like, I just didn't know that I needed to, like, find an internship in January. So in March, thinking that I'm like, okay, like, the internship process, like, internships happen in the summer, so I'll probably need to start doing this in, like, April or something like that. In March, when everyone else started getting back their confirmations that they had been selected for internship programs, like, that's when I found out about it. I had to hustle a little bit there. Actually went to a State Farm agent's door, thinking that it was actually State Farm. And that person then guided me toward their local regional hub, where I was able to get an internship, and things were able to happen from there. I hate, like saying, like, and then the montage happened, or fast track. But I don't know if it's as relevant for this story. It'll probably come out another time. But that idea of, like, not even knowing that I didn't know, like, that blew my mind, or it continues to blow my mind. Not knowing that, and look, I like to stay naive. I like to have a little bit of fun exploring. But that aspect of what possibilities are out there for you, like, really changes things. I'm deciding if I want to go here or not, and I think I'm gonna do it. So at my last role, I got a chance to spend a little bit more time working with diversity and inclusion, and I had a conversation with one of my friends, and he grew up in California, and, like, one of the smartest guys I know, really driven, just takes care of business, and has really gotten me thinking about value and adding value on a consistent basis. And we were talking, and he shared how he was super ambitious from youth and wanted to become something major when he grew up. And so he was looking around him, and he saw, like, the environment, the community that he was at, and he saw what the top person in that community was doing. And he went off and made his whole entire major based on that. Then when he got to school, he realized that there were so many other things out there, and what he was really gravitating to, he didn't even know existed. And I mean, he's now doing that right now. He's now in those types of roles, and it ended up being something where he went to school, went back, got another degree, like, switched things around completely to make that happen. But it baffled my mind when I heard him talk about it, where I'm like, wait a minute, like, I just associate you with this role. I associate you with this industry here. And you tell me you didn't even know that it was a possibility until you got to college, and, like, not even, like, right away, like, sorry, just, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. But at the same time, I realized that it's not foreign. When I wanted to make a move into tech, what was it, like, the possibility of, like, would I be leaving a career path and a profession that has been working for me to go out there and do it? Like, was it possible to sustain my lifestyle? Was it possible to be successful with that? And was I giving up everything else for it, for something that didn't seem like a sure thing? Well, like, that's where now, like, yeah, I'm happy I stepped and I explored that possibility, and now I want to play a little bit more. No, not a little bit, a lot more. I'm going all in on that there, and so that's what I needed to share with you. I needed to come out there and let you know that, like, I'm playing this game of possibility. I'm playing a lot of games nowadays. We shall play, and if you're interested in playing, like, I'd love to talk to you, like, and just go on from there. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this here. It's yeah, I have fun with this kind of stuff. I'm looking to Okay, in the spirit of putting everything out there, I've been hiding from something that I put out into the world a couple weeks ago around creating discussions around that would bring together Americans to talk about different things. And I read this book, Community: The Structure of Belonging by Peter Block, and it really, really it shined a light on it. And it was something that we used to joke about. Basically, what happened was, after reading this book here, I realized, like, I do want to bring people together. And the key here is not to focus on problem solving, but on the possibilities that are out there. I'm like, I am down for anything right now. Like, I just want to see us be happy. I just want to see us move in a direction that we actually all feel great about. I don't I don't know who's right or wrong. And quite frankly, I feel like chances are it's all the things. We need all the things, like, it's not one thing or the other. We need all the things. And I'd love to put together a couple of discussions, not a couple, like a lot of discussions, where people get a chance to meet one another and, get to talk about what they want from America. I like to say, some people, I'm like to think about, make America great again. I'm like, I can make America great again. I'm down with that, but, like, I'm not interested in, like, a past America. I'm looking at it from right here. What would give America that great title? Then let's go create that. Like, that's what excites me. Or the idea of looking at the American dream and saying, like, what is that? What does that mean right now? How do we want that to be for ourselves and for our children and for our children's children? And just getting back into this aspect of, like, moving away from problem solving and saying, you're right, you're wrong, this is the right way to do it, and find some of those deeper areas where we all kind of connect, right? And building from a place of building from that place. So you're going to see that as well. And that's coming up here. And one of my things is that I make a public announcement. I let you all know about it. And then I'm like, well, now it's out there. Time to get it done. So I'm putting it out there, and it's been really great. I've had support from a number of different people who've been sharing the ways that they get people together, how they connect with others. And yeah, I'm very excited for what comes from that all. Look for that sooner rather than later, probably in January of 2018. We'll just start off and have discussions. And the way I look at it is that it doesn't need to be too many people. Just a couple people, even if it's just two people having a discussion there, then, like, we're already seeing the world a little bit more like how we want it to be. Thank you, Peter, for that, for that idea, Peter Block there. Okay. So I just want to say, I love you very much. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for being out there enough to even know that, like, and just give me a chance to express myself here. Because, yeah, quite frankly, I think it's just important. And you'll be seeing more of me, and you'll be seeing more of what's taking place here. And I want to invite you, if you know anyone that is, again, feeling stuck, feeling like dissatisfied, or knows that they want something more out of their life and work, and they want to experience joy each and every day. Like, I'm not saying, like, all day, every day they're doing a little happy dance, like, not that. Although if they want to, I would join them. I'd be like, boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. But if you know anyone that would benefit from having a conversation with me, like, let me know. I love to have these kind of conversations. I love to create the space for this here. And I'm going to keep doing it because that's just what I do. It turns out that, like, I was doing it accidentally beforehand, and now I'm doing it with intention, and it feels good. That compass feels wonderful. And I'm going to choose to be more me as we go along. Okay. So we'll leave it at that. I think that, like, at this point here, it's just like, life is great. So I appreciate you. I think I really appreciate you. I appreciate you just being there. I appreciate you for helping me be the person that I am. And I appreciate you for helping me have the courage to help others be more of themselves. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be so much fun. And you might see along the way that I change things up because I'm exploring, and I know that I will have your support regardless of it as we go through here. And that fills me with joy. So thank you for being you. Thank you for letting me be me. And with that, here's to experience and joy each and every day. Take care, y'all. Peace out. Bye. I'm going to make a little request. If you know any singers here in Singapore, can you let me know? Can you let me know this? We are creating a barbershop quartet, and I have plans to travel all over Asia, spreading 4-part harmony all around in both traditional songs and traditional songs. So, yeah, it'd be really, really, really fun to do that. So if you know any singers that are out here in Singapore, whether they're here for a month or they've been here for 7 years, let me know. I would love to connect with them and see what happens. Okay, putting all that out there because that's what gets my shoulders moving. I'll catch y'all later, all right? Take care. Peace out. Bye.